Welcome back to the Richard Sherman Podcast. Today we got a special guest from one of my favorite teams, the San Francisco 49ers. BA, how's the offseason?
It's been solid. It's coming to an end now.
Right.
Well, it's been solid. I had a cool little offseason. Traveling around, chilling, working out. You know how I go.
Yep. You get out the country?
I went to Mexico. Yeah, I went to Mexico first time. Used my passport for the first time.
There you go. Get you a stamp, baby. Yeah. So you feeling good. You know, the BA hype train is back on. Everybody's speaking just like they did last year. You know, you had your first 1,000-yard season. We're killing. I mean, if they showed the clips of when you didn't get the ball, that might be a highlight all in itself. Like, it was times you didn't get the rock and you was cooking with grease. So how did you feel last season went, and what are your expectations coming into this one?
Last season, obviously we didn't get done what we wanted to get done. But I felt like we took steps. We had young guys. We had guys that have been there, putting together plans and putting together games and where we played football the right way. So I think last year was a big part in what we want to get done this year, because I was just talking with some people the other day that we know what we have to do to win football games. So even starting off when you was up there, I think we kind of put together a plan of figuring out how we have to play, how we have to practice, how we have to go about our business to be successful on Sunday. So I think we have a core group of guys who understand that, and we could take that from last year. So we're looking to take that into this year and start off that way.
Well, I mean, you talk about the best receiver duos in the league, and they for some reason don't mention you and Deebo as often as they should. How do you feel about that? And, you know, obviously I know you know what I mean? I watch y'all, so I know exactly what it is, but why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. Whether that's, missing games, whether that's quarterback play, whether that's whatever the case may be, it is what it is. So I think we both kind of feel that energy going into this season, and we kind of carried that throughout this offseason. But that's just how we feel as a team as a whole. We always feel as if people don't want to talk about us. They don't want to talk about certain players at the top level, even though we play at the top level at a very, very, very high level. Even though we have players at multiple positions on this team that are at the top of their position, they still don't want to give us the credit that we deserve, I feel like. But it is what it is. I think we just carry that. And then the greatest thing about this sport is that we have another chance to go out there and they can talk all they want about duos and not mention us. But we have a chance this season to really make our own whatever it is. So we don't carry too much. It's a little frustrating just because we feel like we put a great product on tape pretty much every Sunday. So but that's for them to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, because it's frustrating, because every year you're back in the NFC Championship, you're competing for, you know what I mean, Super Bowl competing team. Defensively, got all the pieces. Offensively, got top players in the league. Production's there. Now you brought in Christian, and that's been freaking amazing for you guys. But yeah, I mean, it's consistently disrespectful. But James Jones gave you a compliment. I thought it was a compliment. I don't know how you feel about it, but he compared you to Davante, you know, who's consistently considered one of the best in the league. And I thought I could see what he's talking about, you know what I mean, with the sudden movements, in and out of yard breaks, very explosive, very laterally quick. I think you got a different flavor than he got, you know, but how did you feel about that comparison?
I mean, anytime you get compared to a top receiver in the league, obviously it's a compliment, but I think I'll change my mindset a little bit. If you would have asked me that 2 years ago, I probably would have been cheek to cheek, you know, but I feel like now I want to be Brandon Aiyuk. I go out there and I train that way. And I'm ready to put Brandon Aiyuk on film again. Obviously, Davante's a great receiver, but I feel like I think of myself in the same way that he probably thinks of himself, but we don't have the same name. So I'm just trying to go out there every single day, every single weekend. Maybe they'll start to talk about every guy as Brandon Aiyuk and not Brandon Aiyuk as other guys. So
yeah, I like that.
That's the type of time I'm on.
I like that. That's the time you should be on. And they're going to be picking up. They're going to be picking up that time. You know, you had a crazy journey, you know, to go from the JC route, you know, which is, you know, not the initial route anybody picks, you know, obviously. I don't know how you felt about it when you first came out. Then to get to ASU and then to go first round still, you know, even with that journey, you still got to shine and show that, you know, you should be one of the best players and first players picked. And I'm sure you were still pissed about where you went, you know, because everybody's pissed about, you know, there's 4 or 5 other receivers that went in front of you. But tell me about that journey and how it happened. What happened to push you the JC route?
Yeah, so high school. So I played high school ball in Reno, Nevada. So small city. You don't really got scouts coming over there to look at people. I mean, more so now they do. Some guys have paved the way for people to come through there. And I had my own stuff going on. You know, I had my own. I was a young guy, not really going to school, not really paying attention, not really taking anything too serious. So I got by. I got by. I got to graduate, but not really the way I should have to be getting into these colleges, not getting into Stanford. That's for sure. And then, you know, so I had to I went to junior college. My cousin went to junior college up the street in Sacramento, Rockland, California, about an hour away. And then I got to play with some guys. And that was probably my first time where not to say I took it seriously, but to understand where I was in terms of football talent. I got to see guys being out in California that had Division I offers, had these schools coming to go see them. And that's when I realized I could really do this. And then from there, I went to Arizona State, played with Nikhil, sat behind him pretty much for a year, and then had 1 year to go do my thing, and then became a first-round pick. So, yeah.
When you were coming out from ASU, did you feel like you were going in the first round? Was that like where your mindset was? Is that what the buzz you was hearing?
Yeah. So, I played 2 seasons. I really played a season and a half. My first year didn't play too much, but my second year it was my turn to play. An agent sent me a packet the other day. I was going through my pictures. It was an old packet when they had me going like 4-6 after my junior season. My second year, I was just playing football. And then after the end of the year, you look up and then now people are mocking you to go in the first round, mocking you to go to early second. Once I put my product out there and I got to compare it to other guys who were going in the first or were doing certain things, that's when I realized, you know, I may have a chance to go in the first round.
Right. And how did you feel going to the Niners? Obviously, you know, you being in Reno, it's about as close as you can get, obviously, outside of playing for the Raiders. Did that feel pretty cool? Your family, you know, do you get to still see your family a lot? You don't got the East Coast time zone. Were you happy when they called you?
Yeah, for sure. I know. I still remember it so vividly. I think my agent had called me, and Wes was receiver coach at the time, and Wes used to call me pretty much every single day. Like he used to be like it was pretty much like I was on the team already. He like, what you doing? I'm like, bro, I'm about to work out. Like I'm about to work out. You calling me? And I'm like, I'll call you later. And then he'll call me again later on. So he was calling me a lot. So I had a good idea. They had pick 31, and I was supposed to go between like 22 and 32, whatever. But they had 31. The crazy story is when I didn't really know how it went. When I saw Niners were on the board. They had traded their pick up. They traded up from 31 to 25. And then on the board, it says the pick is in. So, but I'm thinking they call you first and let you know that you get drafted and the pick comes in. It says the pick is in. So I'm like, oh, this might be, they're not going to draft me. The pick is in. Then I hear my name get called. Then they call me. So it was a little bit backwards from what I thought. But
no, you're right. It's supposed to be the other way.
Yeah. So it was a little bit weird, but it was the crazy thing. It's like, I want to, everybody in the room, like you see on the video, everybody's like, what was you doing? Like, was you like, it was weird because like right when the pick came in, like it just went silent in the room. It went silent in the room, and then I just got this weird feeling in my chest. Just weird. It was before everything happened, so it was just weird. It was weird. It played out so crazy.
It must have had to be fast. You know what I mean? Once they made the trade, they must have been on the clock and didn't have a lot of time because they usually call first. But that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And your rookie year was kind of tumultuous. You know, enough has been said about that and Kyle and, you know how everything went. But nobody talks about Deebo's rookie year. Deebo's rookie year, I've never seen a human being get run like that. Like, have you ever seen the kid like in Pop Warner that always got to make weight at the end and is just running around in like the garbage, like the bag right before bro, they used to make Deebo run miles. Like, we got a game this week. Y'all making this boy run laps like after practice because y'all want him to lose. He looked fine to me.
Yeah, they was working on.
They was killing him, boy. I felt bad for him. But he talked about his season last year and how he didn't feel good about it. He didn't use these words, but how he didn't feel like he lived up to what his expectations. So it seems like everybody got that chip on their shoulder this year, and that's usually a recipe for a great season. But I know there's a bad taste in your mouth. Well, there's bad taste in his mouth for sure about the Philadelphia Eagles and how the season ended, just because y'all didn't get a chance to play the game. Like you know what I mean? You didn't get the chance to see how it's going to shake. because Brock got hurt so early in the game. So how you feeling about that? How you feeling about them going into the season?
I think I'm sure you saw last week. Last week was pretty funny. He had gone on there, and we done talking about it. It is what it is. We ain't win a championship. They ain't win a championship, so it really isn't much to talk about. That's really what we want to do. But for sure, excited to get back down there again this season. I'm sure they'll make it a big game, a primetime game for everybody watching, and we definitely got that one circled on the calendar. But we got some things to do before we get to that point. But we're definitely excited to get another chance at playing there.
No question. It's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a fun NFC West.
You are in this race. Get in the fight.
Yes, sir.
What are we gonna do?
Oh, shut up! I'm not missing my race.
Oh, I'm gonna puke.
Don't pick up my dad's car.
Yes, we're not going to jail.
Oh, crap.
Listen, son.
You think you're gonna play a stupid video game about cars and you're gonna become a race car driver?
All I ever wanted to do is be a racer. I'm doing it.
The 10 of you are the best Gran Turismo players in the world. Now is your chance to race real cars.
This is insane.
It's not gonna work.
The guys who race are elite athletes. Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
That's where you come in.
You think you can do the impossible. I'm here to prove that you can't.
You get tired, you get sloppy, you get hurt, and you lose races!
You puked on my lawn.
I know what I'm doing. I'm not afraid. I've raced this track 1,000 times in the game.
Let me drive it my way.
That was actually pretty great.
We have a newcomer this year. His presence is shaking the foundation of the sport.
This is the major leagues. The other drivers, your pit crew are going to hate you.
Much easier with a joystick, isn't it?
I can't see anything!
I'm not sure if I can do this.
Most people can't. I got a feeling you're not most people.
If I lose more than just a race. So I'm not gonna quit.
You've got to prove to everyone that you belong.
You've raced it, like 1,000 times? Now you just gotta do it in real life.
Gran Turismo, based on a true story.
What? What is it? Gran Turismo. See, I played the game. I was always terrible. I played the off-road. I always had a Subaru. But this is insane. So the kid is a master at the video game, and they gave him a shot in real life. That's like somebody being the best at Madden and then getting a shot to play in the NFL. I can't imagine what went into these guys' heads, and then to become a professional. Oh man, I can't imagine how all the other drivers react to it, because it's kind of belittling to your sport a little bit, but it has to be super cool for the kid. You got to make it shake. You have to be successful once you get that opportunity. If you fail, then of course he failed. Of course he was going to fail. He's always going to fail because he's not a professional. He didn't go through the ranks. He played a video game. But if it works, man, August 11th, I got to go see this. August 11th, you make sure you be there or you be square, because this seems like one of those ones. The guy who wants a shot, gets a shot, and takes advantage of his opportunity. My kind of movie. But the quarterback situation still got to get settled. And obviously Brock, Kyle has said if Brock's healthy, he's going to be the guy. But this offseason, Sam Darnold came in, and he was a high pick when he came in, and he's a pretty solid veteran. What have you seen from him during OTAs and minicamp?
Yeah, Sam looked good. Sam looked good in this program so far in the offseason. From the little that we saw from him, he came in, and I don't think he's been in a system that's similar to the one that we ran. So kudos for him for being able to go out there and put out some good stuff on tape. But I'm excited for him to have another chance at training camp, competing with these guys. Trey as well. Trey looked awesome in the spring. I've talked to Purdy. I've talked to the staff. They're saying Purdy's looking good and he's ready to come. So I'm not too worried about the quarterback position at all. We got guys who who can play the position. Who they got guys who they can get the ball to, and they obviously have a great coordinator and play caller to put everybody in position to bring it all together. So everybody's excited about the opportunity that we have. We're not lacking guys. We don't feel as if we're lacking anything at all. So it's about us, and that's a great problem to have. I remember you used to say it all the time. Not everybody has a realistic chance at chasing the championship this year, no matter what they say, no matter what their fan base say, no matter what their coach says. There's only a few teams that really have a real chance at chasing the championship, and we feel as if we're one of those teams. So we're excited for this thing to get rolling. Like you said, the offseason coming to an end, but I'm not ready for it to come to an end because I'm ready to play football now.
It's just crazy because you're a veteran now. Like, you're a vet. You're a vet in the room,
Man.
contract. It's just wild.
Man.
Like an old man, man. But how has that changed, like, your relationship with Kyle, your relationship with the quarterbacks, your relationship with Deebo and everybody, like the maturity level of just understanding going into this season? Like, I'm not just going out there to like, man, maybe I'll have a good year. Like, I want to make sure every part of this works.
Yeah, it's crazy how much you realize you didn't know at all. Like, you don't even understand the significance of every single day as a professional football player on a top team like this. Like, you don't understand it at all. Like, I just remember my rookie year, like, you only think about yourself, but like you can't even get in the mind frame of thinking about this other stuff that's going on. Do we have an actual chance of a championship or playoffs and this game and training camp and getting ready and preparation and all that stuff? You're just thinking about just give me the ball. But now it's like you understand how it goes. You understand the nuances of just maneuvering through everyday life. Being a vet on a team like this, so it's been a lot more fun. I can say that for sure. Just understanding how everything goes, not having that unknown of what tomorrow's going to look like or what this is going to look like. You pretty much already know how everything's going to go, and it's up to you to just be prepared and get ready to go out there every single day. So I'm looking to lead. I'm looking to lead. It's crazy. It's fun. We got a room. We got a great room. So I'm gonna start there, leading that room with Deebo. Jawan, everybody's excited to come out there and just play football again together. So it's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to watch it. I love the diabolical stuff that Kyle drawing up in them back rooms right now. I can't wait to see what new twists and turns he got, because he's going to come up with something that nobody's seen, and then everybody else going to copy it, and then it's going to be like, oh, yeah, everybody did that. It was like, it didn't start with Kyle. It was everybody. It's like, no, Kyle came up with that craziness. Obviously, on the outside world, he's a good coach. He's a great coach and a great offensive mind. How has he changed how you look at football? Because, a lot of people don't sit in his meetings, but every meeting he educating you about outside zone and why it's working and this guy and how he's manipulating the linebackers here. And
it's crazy. It's crazy because it's like you don't even understand like, I understand coaching now. Like, coaching, like, it isn't just about like just talking at players or telling them to do this. Like, these offensive meetings, like, he's bringing the whole offense in there for a reason. Like, you got 11 guys that understand what 10 guys or other 10 guys are doing. Like, I should have why do I need to know what Trent's about to do on this play? It's for a reason. So when I'm down blocking and he's coming around, on this play, I know I need to get tighter. I need to get on him right now, or I got some time because he's not coming all the way around. He's coming behind me. Stuff like that. The way that he coaches our whole entire offense, you got 11 guys understanding every position. The way you're running routes, when early on you come in, you might have this route, and you're like, oh, this route just for me. But no, once I understand what this guy's doing over here and what they're doing over here, then I can use that to get open better, or I can use this to help him get open. I understand what the quarterback's doing. I understand if I have more time to do this or do that. So the way that he coaches it, he coaches 11 guys on every play. And we all pretty much know exactly what's going on throughout the whole play. He's teaching concepts. We're not looking to the sideline, getting signals. We know exactly what's going on for everybody. So it's been great. It's been great with him. And he really is he quarterback coach, receiver coach. I think the way that he's coaching the receiver position, he really gets the most out of his players in the way that we play the receiver position, just the way they coach it. And he has a staff. We have Hank now. I'm not sure, was Hank up here when you were up here? Hank wasn't up here, but Hank played for him in the past, so Hank already knows. Jumping off the ball, he wants us flying off the ball when we're running every single route. Like, Sherman gonna be sitting there if you're running that Dover, and you're not flying off the ball, Sherman knows it's a Dover. So he probably already knows when you get to that outside edge, he knows what it is. So you better be flying. So it's just stuff like that. He's giving us cues. He's just teaching us. He's just giving us that buffer to when you get tired and when you're not feeling as great. You still have that baseline. One thing is I'm jumping off the ball. I'm flying. I'm going to run this route full speed. And that's going to help me get open. And that's definitely for sure helped me.
And another thing, I mean, it's pointed out by some people, but I don't even think they understand how much he emphasizes it. But the blocking that y'all do, not even just on run plays, but when another guy got the ball, somebody else didn't call it, you didn't call it, Deebo, you better start blocking, Juwan, you better start blocking, Kittle, you better start blocking, or Deebo didn't call it, you better start blocking, Kittle called it, everybody start blocking. Talk about how much he emphasizes that and how you guys work on it.
I think they used to coach it a lot. But now it's we just took it upon ourselves. Like, it's like I want to be the guy that sets Deebo free, or I want to be the guy that sets George free, or even our backs. You got Christian McCaffrey. The thing about it is, you got these guys like you can't get caught watching, because so many times you got all these guys who are just so explosive with the ball. Like, it's hard to not get caught watching. Like, it's just like, because as soon as you get caught watching, here goes your guy. Here goes the corner that's slipping from the backside. He makes the touchdown saving play. And then you watching it on film, and he done already made 4 guys miss, and then your guy makes the tackle because you watching. So we kind of just took on the whole mindset of we just going. You never know when these guys gonna break free. They gonna break free for sure. So if we all just take that mindset on, we're gonna have a lot more touchdowns.
How has he been since he got there? Like, is he everything you thought he was going to be? Because, you got an impression of a player that plays for another team. You got what you think he's about. And then when you see him live, you see him every day practicing. You see him in the weight room, in the classroom, in the meeting room. And usually you get a better respect for him.
No, for sure. Because you never really know how it goes. Like, some guys are good players, but this and that, whatever the case may be, you know how it is. Like, everybody don't do it the right way.
Right.
But he does it the right way. He's coming out there. I can't remember what, even before the Philly game, like, I think it was his ankle or something. He's like barely walking, like barely just limping all over the place. But then he's out there at practice, he's ready to go. Like, they don't want him to practice. He's like, no, I'm going. Then you get to the game and it's the same thing. Like, he's breaking touchdowns. Like, he was just literally limping. I practiced all week in the training room, limping around. And here he goes. He breaking tackles in the NFC Championship game. I'm going to go score. So, even just the way that he goes about his business, you see him in the offseason. He comes in to OTAs. He has a plan that he sticks to every single day. Warm up every single day. The way how he warms up every single day. The way how he comes in is the same way every single day. I've gained way more. I've already had tons of respect for him as a player, but just the way the dude that he is and the way he goes about his business, it's crazy to see that, especially when you got guys who look up to him and want to be like him. So to see him do it the right way and to do the way that he does it on a consistent basis is pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Y'all got so many dang weapons. I mean, it was cool to see last year. I knew as soon as he got there, it was just going to go crazy, and it did. But obviously, yeah, I mean, you hoop a lot, right? You're a big-time hooper.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because that's in your release package. You can tell receivers that hoop and receivers that don't hoop, and corners can tell. I bet you we can.
Yeah.
We hate y'all. We hate dealing with y'all. Is that split-legged, just
Oh yeah, crossover. We playing basketball on the court. I know you seen that Diggs clip. I think versus the Rams. You literally could put a ball in his head. It looks like he's playing basketball on turf.
Right.
That's what it is.
He gonna go behind the back too. I said, this boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you see what Paul George said? Talking about how it'd be easier for NBA players to go play NFL than NFL to play NBA. What did you think of that? I think he's crazy. You know what I mean? I don't think they really understand.
I don't know. I think the game translates more to football, but it's not just a release. You can release all you want. You can cross over all you want, but you still have to know what you're doing. Because you could get a credit. You know how these dudes, like, you see how these dudes is. You might kill somebody at the line. I was just watching some clips from training camp last year that I had some releases versus Jimmy Ward. And Jimmy Ward, he's not even an outside corner. He's a nickel. Really.
Mm-hmm.
And you might crush him at the line, and then he's right back in phase. You get 6-7 yards, he's right back in phase.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. But then again, basketball is a true talent sport. Like, I feel like in football, you might got guys you can hide on the football field a little bit for some time. I feel like basketball, as soon as you get on the basketball court, if you can't hoop, and it's going to show immediately. That's the only thing.
I agree with that. I think if you can't hoop, you can't hoop. But I think in football, it's such a physical sport. I think that's the part that you either got or you don't got. Like, basketball.
We seen Draymond try to go out there, spring ball.
Right.
It didn't look too good.
It don't look good. And you gotta you make that decision early on in your football career, whether you're about that or you ain't about that. Because you can't hide.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually somebody gonna wake you up. You know. And so that's the part that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all coming out here and taking major hits or even blocking. Like, it's a grown man sport. You might have to block. You didn't block the ends.
Right.
Like, it ain't a fun job.
Right.
Oh, so the expectations for you this year, what you feeling? Pro Bowl or bust? You going all pro?
That's my expectation. Of course, that's my expectation. But really, it's just maximizing. I had some play. I'm still thinking about some plays I've left out there last season. Like you said, I had my first 1,000-yard season, but I left a bunch of plays out there. So I'm just trying to maximize. If I can maximize every play that I get, that's the goal for me, and we'll see where that takes me. But I feel like I left at least 3 or 4 more touchdowns out there, 200 or 300 more yards out there. But if I can maximize and if I get that, if I feel like if I were to get the exact same stuff what I got last year and this year, I can maximize that into what you're talking about, into these things that I want to do, and what I see myself as. So that's just the main goal, just maximizing every opportunity, and winning the championship.
And as long as y'all got quarterback consistency, I can't wait till it got dang shake this year. That's the only thing that's been kind of hard on this offense is, Jimmy was gone, and then, Trey got hurt, and then Jimmy's back, and y'all got to answer questions about Jimmy all offseason, and then you got to answer him again. Then Brock gets in, and then everybody forgets about Jimmy again, and then it's Brock's team, and then Brock gets hurt last game of the season. Now you're dealing with the whole thing all over again. So, it's a lot. But I look forward to seeing you, man. Good luck, all the luck in the world. I'll be out there at some point to see y'all and, chop it up.
For sure. Yeah, you got to where you at right now?
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, you're in Seattle. Okay. You'll never be back in the Bay?
Yeah, I come back to see Stanford and sometimes, and when I come back, I'm going to stop by and, see if my security card still work.
For sure.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. Enjoy the rest of your offseason. Good luck, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. I'll see you. Appreciate you having me on here.
Anytime. I appreciate you. Reminder, every episode of this podcast premieres live on AMP. So download the app, subscribe to me at Richard Sherman to tune in to all of our shows live.